Okay, it started. So a very, very warm good evening to you. And how are you doing?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a lovely and warm welcome on your channel. And I'm fine. I was busy with my kids because of the exam season, you can say. The fact is the exam season, and all mothers are preoccupied. Rather, they are just swamped by the feelings of exams and papers, and make your kids ready for this final. You can say the competition.
Right,
So
I can understand.
since we are meeting for the first time, I would like to have a short, crisp introduction of yours.
Hmm. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me on this platform and boosting my confidence and courage as well. So, Gul, I am Ritu Pathak and I am connecting to you from Agra. Basically, I am an English teacher, mentor, and communicator. And I am very, very passionate, you can say deeply passionate about this language. I love this language so much. It's very close to my heart as well. So that's all about me. And I also want you to give me that short, beautiful introduction of yours.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, this beautiful opportunity to have my introduction. So, my name is Gulnaz Islam. I am from Punjab, the province of Pakistan. And as far as my qualification is concerned, I have done my master's in English as well as master's in history. I am a gold medalist in history. As I talk about my educational career, you can say I have been the topper and scholarship holder throughout my educational career. And during 2010 was the most memorable period of my time when I was declared the second topper of divisional level when I secured the second position in essay writing competition at divisional level. I was awarded with the certificate, a cash prize by the government of Punjab. Then I was promoted to the provincial level. Again, I was declared the second topper of provincial level. I was given a certificate, a cash prize, 2 days stay at Carlton Tower Hotel, and a historical visit to the historical places of Lahore. And if I talk about my practical career, after my qualification, my honorable teacher offered me to have lecturership at their own college, named as New England College, and I started giving coaches to the master's classes in language and linguistics. That was my first and foremost experience that went very well. After getting married, I settled here, and for a year and a half year, I started giving coaches at Bahria Foundation College, being a head of department in English and history. So currently, I am only running my YouTube channel named at Good Knowledge Hub, and I have 4 kids, 3 sons and 1 daughter. That's all about me. And my son is also a debater and a speaker. He has secured first position at district level in speech competition. My daughter is also a debater and a speaker. And the youngest one is a toddler. That is about my family, my education, my practical career, all about my life. And I started Good Knowledge Hub approximately 4 years back. I was doing experiments on this channel, and I uploaded ninth grade standard syllabus, active passive tenses, grammatical rules, a lot of grammatical rules, because I had the grip over grammatical rules and I was really fascinated by grammar. Next, I switched to 10th grade syllabus, all English syllabus I uploaded. After that, I switched to spoken English classes, and now it is known as conversational videos. So that's all
Oh,
about me.
fantastic. That is not all. That's so great about you. And I must accept without hesitation that I am feeling motivated and inspired from you a lot. So my God, I am so blessed. Now I'm feeling blessed, literally, to meet you. And I'm also cursing myself, why did I waste so much time to meet you? So now, Gul, you are in front of me. I would not spare you. without leaving to ask any question here. So, Gul, first important question I want to ask you that how did your journey begin?
Education, English learning journey, or
Yeah,
my
English learning journey.
English learning journey started with 10th grade standard, because my ma'am or my miss, we often called her a miss. So my journey started with 10th grade standard. My ma'am Jamila was very competent teacher, very inspiring, very motivated, and very motivating figure. In fact, I idolized that teacher very much, and I truly believe that such kind of teachers should be in the society, because that teacher was so inspiring that she motivated us to learn and then to write in your own words the story, the summary. I still remember that she just pointed out that you have to make a summary in your own words on the topic my mother. Now, she left this question that you have to stretch it on 2 to 3 pages. And can you imagine a 10th grade standard student? Now, she just said that you have to utilize present indefinite tense. With the help of present indefinite, look around your surrounding, look out the objects, and just compare your mother and what you are feeling about your mother. You have to tell them with the help of comparison, with the help of contrast, with the help of simile, each and everything. She just said that world is in front of you should be a keen observer. So let's see who is the winner in this race. See, she just declared this line, and we just started writing down the summary. And you just believe that we just say my mother is just like a flower, she is as beautiful as flower. We just change the pronouns or the nouns, and then we add some kind of, you can say, adjectives and then the adverbs. In this way we were expanding the whole summary. In this way our confidence level was so boosted that in fact whenever she given us the topic, she gave us the liberty. And in this way we started our journey, and I was keen observer, and there was a long way towards the school. There was a small in our path, and there was a green field all around us. And whenever I went to my school, I used to go to school. I still remember that I would talk about those all plants, all green fields, and capture them in my imagination without even uttering a voice from my mouth. And it was all in English language. That was the first step in my English learning journey.
Right. Fantastic. Incredible. And I also agree with your teacher that students must be given the liberty of thoughts. Now, what happens? Students nowadays, they are actually in a habit of cramming up everything, and that is the basic reason they are running short of words, they are running short of vocabularies, they are running short of ideas and thoughts. So there is a kind of stagnation in their imagination. They are no more creative and they can't even write a sentence on their own. So I completely agree with your teacher who has given you guys the liberty of thoughts and to just pen down the way you want. So I think that is a turning point in your life, right?
Yes, and one more thing is that she just build the connection between the objects and the emotions, because structure wise everything is same. We have to just how much bigger it is, what is the color of it, and that's all. But if we have the connection, emotional feeling are connected with that object, then the words would not limit.
Right, right. So you want to say that to summarize that we must give the freedom of thoughts to our students. Plus, we should also build a very emotional kind of relation with our students so that they may not actually fear us. They may respect us with love. And they should find that kind of freedom to connect with their teachers whenever they want our assistance, then we could assist them, right? Yes, good.
Yes,
Mm. So what
absolutely.
do you
And I would
think?
also ask a question from your side that what was the turning point which
My
just triggered you and which just jolted you and just forced you that you have to learn this language. Without this language, you cannot do anything. What was that specific moment? I would ask from you.
See, I was a student at a convent school, and in those days, English was mandatory. And my English was very poor. It was so poor that I couldn't even frame a single sentence properly. One day, I don't know what happened. I was in sixth standard, and our teacher, she gave us a topic. I don't even remember what the topic was, but I still remember she asked us to write 5 to 6 sentences on that topic. I made a few silly mistakes, and when I reached out to her, she, without even telling me or informing me about my mistake, she threw my notebook high up in the sky. When it came back on the ground, I was literally heartbroken. All my dreams were shattered. I knew it very well that she was a kind of grumpy and snobbish teacher personality. But because, after all, she was my teacher, I couldn't do anything against her. So that broke me down so much that I cried literally for, I still remember, half to 1 hour, I don't know. I came back with a heavy heart. My father was always there to support me. He asked me what had happened in the school. I narrated each and every statement word for word, and again I started crying. So he was the first man to tell me that you no need to lose your confidence. You are a wonderful kid. You have all that blessed life you want. Now, this is your life. You have to carve the path out of everything. And while embarking on a new journey, you will definitely come across with a lot of struggles, obstacles, and hindrances. No matter what, never give up. So, those words, they play, you can say, fuel to fire. And yes, so I made up my mind. Now I would try my best. At that moment, I was thinking I would try my best to be an English teacher. And being a little child, I didn't know what to share with whom. So I shared the same thought with my classmates, and they all laughed out. So you see, back to back, I was facing such traumatic situations, and there was no one except my father to help me out, because there was no such atmosphere in those days. There was no such atmosphere of English. There was no kind of this AI technology. No one is there to help me out. I only get that kind of motivation, inspiration, and strong feeling and confidence from my father. So, yes, he was the one and the only one in this whole universe who pushed me on that day. From that day, I never looked back. I kept on working and with a target, obviously. And he told me already, he warned me that you will face a lot of struggles, many ups and downs. So what the problem I see nowadays, Bull, that people start learning this language with great enthusiasm, but slowly and gradually they frizzled out, and that is the real problem. So for that, my father told me that, okay, now you want to learn this language, the best thing is you pick a student from any grade whom you can teach. But I was not sure about it, because I had to learn a lot. And if you are giving lessons to any student, you need to be knowledgeable first. You can't uh, teach anything to anyone like that. So in my 10th standard, my also story resonates with you. Same. So in my 10th standard, I got my first tuition, and the student was also from 10th standard. Since then, no looking back. I kept on working, and I have completed my MA, my PG in English literature, where I bagged a gold medal. And yes, and on simultaneously I was also working in a coaching center. So yes, teaching students helped me a lot. Now, why we say that teachers are the most intelligent people on the universe? You know why? The reason is because they practice the same concept over and over again. And here lies the secret of fluency in this language. So many beginners, they panic so much that after spending even 20 minutes or even 1 to 2 hours, we are not becoming that fluent we want. So the reason is because there may be a lack of practice, there may be a lack of positive mindset, there may be lack of vocabularies. So yes, to all the beginners, I must advise all of you to please never give up. Keep on working in the right direction. And to settle that, first you must know your level. Are you a beginner or intermediary or an advanced learner? So for intermediary and advanced learners, English is not a big deal. We can work on that slowly and gradually we can achieve our target. But the real problem is for the beginners. They don't know from where to start. you know so yeah, to start, you can start reading, you can start writing, you can start speaking, and you can start listening to whatever you want. But the secret is it should be according to your own level. Don't dig into the complexity. Don't go for the complex structures. That follow the basic structures, and with the passage of time, you will see a fruitful and potential difference in your learning process. So that is my story. Well,
Very true and very amazing, very captivating story and indeed very motivating story. And the very first task which you did rightly, I said that you just said thoroughly to your father, the true figure in the society. Because if you told it to anyone else, anyone stranger, he would or she would degrade you. So you chose the right person to talk about whatever were your feelings. Certainly your feelings were very bitter. You were pathetic. Your heart was broken indeed. And your broken heart needed a strong passion, a strong motivation. That was the requirement of the day. Now, situation was of two ways. If you told it to someone, person, a stranger, then the case would be reversed. You would not be in such a position, in such a magnifying position where you are teaching to multitude of students. So you first you took a right decision. Second thing, you just remained persistent and you didn't forget that incident, because that incident was the key factor, your clear why, your strong why. The problem lies with English learners, present English learner, current English learners, is that they don't have that kind of passion. As they have a clear why, we want to get a job, but that is not a matter of life and death for us. We should have a why strong enough that we cannot resist. Either we are happy, we have to read. Either we are sad, we have to listen. That should be the case. Either we are ill or we are sick for some time. We are so much accustomed that we cannot resist. We cannot live without that habit. That kind of thing can just survive you. And in your case, you just remind yourself that pathetic incident, and that pathetic incident turned into your victorious masters in English language, and that is truly remarkable. Truly remarkable. I
thank you.
appreciate you and appreciate your first decision as well.
Right.
So through this platform, I just want to say to all learners, to all youngsters, that whenever they feel such kind of situations, they should choose a right kind of person with whom they can talk each and everything. With this strong belief that the advice they would get would be the right one.
Right.
So
Right.
this is amazing.
Right.
So
And
I would like to ask you more questions.
fine. Yes.
What were your feelings when you first indulged your
You know,
English conversation with a stranger?
right. My feeling was full of thrill and excitement. You know, I have the personality of a lion. I never ever am scared of anything. If even though I'm committing a lot of mistakes, one thing is going reeling in my mind that I'm learning something from my mistakes as well. For example, if I spoke a word wrong or if I mispronounce the word, it's okay for me because I have a kind of a kind of thought that next time I won't be committing it. So if you are not making mistakes, it means that you are not learning. So maybe beginners, they fear making mistakes so much that eventually they give up. So that shouldn't be the case. And till date, I am learning a lot, even from a little child. I leave no stone unturned to learn from anyone, from anywhere, and anytime. I make a point to use those new words in my conversation, and this I also shared in many of my videos to the beginners, to my students. Never ever fear of anything. Only respect your parents, and you owe nothing to anyone. So you don't need to be afraid of any random person, right? This is your life, this is your dream, and you have to make a strategy to come out of that ball of fire. You must only pay attention to your dreams. Never disrespect your parents because they are the one who put food on table for you. Otherwise, you don't need to be afraid of anybody else. So the Almighty, first of all, and my parents. So I value only these two forces in my life. Other than that, I respect everyone. I'm very kind. I love the humankind, and I try my best to help if somebody needs my assistance. Apart from that, I never waste my time. I want to invest every second of my life, whatever God has given me, to help others and definitely to support my family. That is my life story.
It is clear and it's just like deep and down and sultry voice. It just like echoes back and it gives authority. And I like this voice very much because I think that my voice is also deep. And I like this style because I know that this style of communication is very effective. Your body language, your posture, your gestures, your eye contact, your smile, often off and on, make you a full personality, dynamic personality.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Because Gul, every time one thought is reeling in my mind that I owe nothing to anyone. Nobody has done good to me. Whomsoever I met so far have done nothing good to me. But I am not the person who is ready to take revenge. I am the person who wants to learn, who want to learn like, okay, I can do something good to anyone. If that teacher had done nothing good to me, it is not important that I should follow her footsteps because I didn't like her actions on that day. So I don't want to be that kind of person. And I must accept this with pride that all my children, all my students, I mean, my students are not my students, they are my own children. I treat them as my children. They love me, they respect me, even their parents, they love me a lot. Because I am very honest person. I'm very kind and generous. I have never spoken bad word about anybody. I have left to karma because karma never takes bribe. Never. If you have done something wrong, it will come to him as well. It karma hits you back. So that is my strategy in life. I always want myself to be positive and people around me and my family, because if I am negative, then definitely I am showing or throwing a negative reflection on their lives as well. So my life is very simple. I'm very simple person. No rumors, no criticism, nothing negativity. It's a very simple, free flowing life. Whatever comes in my way, I accept it with gratitude. I'm always thankful to the Almighty who has given me this blessed life, my beautiful parents, my beautiful family, and my beautiful, like Gul, you are so beautiful. I'm so blessed to have you in my life. So see, this is the good sign. If you are positive, you will keep on connecting with good people in your life, in the passage of life. So keep connecting with good people, learn good things from them. If by chance you stumbled upon a negative person, then I try to maintain distance as much as possible. That's my very simple life. Right.
Very good. Very realistic and very idealistic approach, I would say that. And this should be the approach of everyone, because if you throw a ball to the wall, it will come back to you. This is the reality of each and every action which we are performing on this earth.
Right. So we are no one to take revenge. We are no one to take decisions. Leave to the Almighty, and you keep on moving in your life. That all I can say at the end. Right.
Yes.
Okay,
Very.
good. So can we wind up this session if you allow me? So I hope
Yes.
we both of us enjoyed every bit of it from the start to the finish. So let's say goodbye to each other in the hope of connecting very, very soon. So bye bye. Bye bye, Gul. Take care.
Yes.
Good night. Good night.
Yes. Good night, ma'am.